Hi, welcome to the third part of my 10-part tutorial series, Learn C++ in 2 hours. Once your program grows, it becomes hard to manage it. Sometimes you can have more than 100 or 1000 lines of code. In that case, we divide the code into smaller chunks, which are called functions. We only cover functions in this video. This is a general structure of a function in C++. Where you have function name with different parameters, the data type or the return type of a function that gets the value from this return statement. And in between open and close braces, you write your code here. In general, a function can have multiple inputs but just one output. This time I am using the same code from my previous tutorial on conditions and loops. This code calculates a grade based on the given mark value. However, everything is written inside the main function. I want to put this code inside a new function and show you how to create functions. So let's begin. The first thing I would do is to provide an appropriate name for my function. Let me call it find grade. Every function has open and close parentheses, and the code is written inside open and close braces. So if you remember the structure of the function, we must provide a data type here. So for simplicity, I can provide void. Void means I do not want to return any data back to the caller. So here, only thing I need to do is to move this code inside this function and done. So if I compile and execute, it shows me nothing because I have only provided the definition of the function, but the driver is not calling it. Remember, the driver is responsible for running your program. So if I want to execute this function, I have to call it from my main by writing find grade. You can press Ctrl and spacebar to see some existing functions. So here you pick find grade and press enter, not forgetting the semicolon. Remember that every function ends with double parenthesis. So now if I compile and execute, this program should work. Yes, so it is working. So I can enter any mark to verify it. So grade is 8. That means it is correct. Even though this program works fine, but this is not the right place for this function. Functions should always be written after main. So we move this code to somewhere here. But if we compile it, the compiler cannot recognize find grade because in C++ the program executes in a top-down manner. So in line 7, find grade has not yet been defined. So to solve this problem, we have to provide a function prototype which is a copy of function's signature. So we copy this code and paste it here with semicolon. Now if I compile, the error goes away because now the main recognizes the find grade function. Even though we have managed to run this program, but still there are some improvements to be made in this function. The first thing is we cannot have any cout statements inside a function. So to get rid of these cout functions, I have to create a variable grade with string data type. And instead of printing these values to the console, I can store it in this variable. And I can comment out this code. Similarly, I can do it for grade B and C. But since there is no cout statements, so I won't see any output in this program. So for time being, I can write a cout statement just to verify if the program is working. So if I compile and run, the program should work. It's working. Now, if we want to return this information back to the caller, we have to write a new statement, which is return grade. So this grade will be returned back to the caller. But since the data type of this grade is string, we have to make the data type of the function string as well. We have to ensure the prototype has the same data type. Now the grade has been returned to the caller, which can be stored in a new variable Let us call it returned grade, and now we can print this grade. Returned, control spacebar, enter, end line. Now let us verify this code. Execute. Let me enter 45. See, so it is working. So you can see we have moved the code from main to a new function and given it a name, find grade, and called this function from the main and printed the returned grade. We have just one more correction to do in this function, as we should not have any cout statements, so we should not have any cin statements as well. So if I remove these, I need to provide a way to get this mark, and the only way is through this parameter. Parameter works like a door to a function which can allow any data to enter into the function. So we simply move this mark into the parenthesis and remove this semicolon. Same thing we do with the function prototype. Remember, function prototype and the function signature should be same. So this way we are allowing the mark to enter into the function. But if we see the caller, there is no mark. So now it's the main's responsibility to get the mark. We can simply move this code to the main and clean this code. Let me change the variable name to send mark, but of course I have to define it first. So int send mark. So once I receive the mark, I will transfer this mark to the parenthesis of this function. And once this mark is received here, it will be passed to this parameter. So now let me compile and run. Compilation is fine. Now run. Enter mark, let's say 35, C grade. So it is working fine. So just to summarize it, we can communicate with this function through parameters and return value. Our objective is to try to make a function as independent as possible. So we are providing a mark, and this function determines the grade and returns it back to the function which the caller uses it. Now you can see cout and cins are done inside the main. The link for this code is provided in the description section. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to this channel to get more similar videos. Thank you very much.